This black gold was made in 21 days during a Zone 6 frost. No electricity, no tumbler, no store-bought activator. The method is from 1880. French market gardeners used it to feed the entire city of Paris from tiny plots outside the city walls. Modern gardening buried it. And that is exactly why your pile is failing right now. Stay with me, because what they buried will save your entire growing season. Here is what nobody tells you. Your pile is not composting, it is rotting. Rotting is passive decay in a cold, low-oxygen environment. It produces anaerobic sludge that actually harms your soil biology. Real composting is a controlled biological fire. And like any fire, it needs three things: fuel, oxygen, and a precise trigger temperature. Modern gardening forgot the trigger temperature. The 1880 French gardeners, called maraîchers, built their entire system around it. Why does 1880 matter? Because yield records from the Parisian market gardens show these growers produce 3 to 4 harvests per year on plots as small as 1 acre. That output carefully from their composting cycle. This was engineered biology, not luck. Here's the science. It is simpler than you think. The carbon to nitrogen ratio must be exactly 25:1. Carbon is your fuel, dry leaves, straw, wood chips. Nitrogen is your spark, fresh manure, grass clippings, kitchen scraps. At 25:1, microbes multiply at maximum speed. Go too high on carbon and the pile goes cold. Go too high on nitrogen and you get ammonia gas. That is the barn smell coming from your pile right now. The ratio solves the smell problem before it starts. Now here is the compression secret most gardeners get completely wrong. The French compressed the outer perimeter of each layer firmly by hand. This created an insulating wall that trapped internal heat, even in Zone 5 frost at 32 degrees Fahrenheit. But they kept the core loose. Here is why that matters. Microbes need oxygen to survive. Compress the entire pile and you kill the biology. Compress only the perimeter and you get thermal insulation outside with active microbial respiration inside. This is thermal mass management. It is the reason the French pile reached 130 to 160 degrees Fahrenheit by day 3. Even in a cold zone, that temperature range is your thermal trigger point. Your microbial oven is now fully ignited. If your pile has not hit 130 degrees by day 3, check 2 things. Is your ratio correct? Second, does the pile feel like a wrung-out sponge? Not soaking, not dry, a wrung-out sponge. Moisture is the delivery system for everything the biology needs. Now here is what will contradict everything you have been told. At exactly the 72-hour mark, microbial activity peaks. Carbon dioxide levels spike inside the pile. Without intervention, the microbes suffocate in their own waste gases. Temperature drops, decomposition stalls, your pile dies quietly, and you end up with a cold, smelly mess 6 months later. The French turned the pile at exactly 72 hours, not randomly, not weekly, at 72 hours. Outer material moved to the center, center material moved to the outside. Fresh oxygen flooded the biology. Temperatures spiked again, second burn. Then a third burn 72 hours after that. 3 burns, 21 days, black gold. The no-turn method robs you of those second and third burns. That is not a shortcut. It is a 6-month failure dressed up as convenience. Now let us match this to your specific zone. Zone 5 and 6, your enemy is heat loss. Place straw bales on 3 sides of the pile as a thermal mass barrier. Position it in direct morning sun for passive solar gain. Zone 7, you are in the sweet spot. Follow the method exactly. Watch moisture every 48 hours because dry spring winds steal pile moisture fast. Zone 8 and 9, your enemy is excess heat. Above 170 degrees Fahrenheit, beneficial microbes die. Shade the pile from afternoon sun. Water every 48 hours. Turn every 60 hours instead of 72 to prevent thermal overload before it starts. One rule applies to every zone. A dry pile is a dead pile. Here is your complete 4-step blueprint. Step 1. Build at a 25:1 carbon to nitrogen ratio. Step 2. Compress the outer perimeter, keep the center loose. Step 3. Turn it exactly 72 hours, then every 72 hours for 3 total cycles. Step 4. Insulate in zones 5 and 6. Cool and shorten turns in zones 8 and 9. Do those 4 steps and you will have finished compost in 21 days. If this gave you more information per minute than any other gardening video you have watched, subscribe now and hit the bell. Next week, the Zone 8 February strategy. How to start your first hot pile before your last frost date and have compost ready the moment your soil opens in early spring. That is the video that will change how you plan your entire growing season.